Hi everybody, welcome to this expert division specific playthrough for the Southern Pines Invitational Tournament here on the channel. Please hit thumbs up and make sure you subscribe as well, totally free to do so. Replays and adjustments for all 9 holes of Southern Pines. Bear in mind some of them are taken from very old tournaments, so the ball attribute levels may be the old versions. If that is the case, just double them and then you will get the same value as today. Remember to keep checking throughout the week, as some of these wind angles may well crop up during the tournament, so always check back and see if there's anything you can tweak, as well as of course tweaking according to your club's balls and play style. Good luck, here we go. Kind of an in-between wind angle here. I do recommend going with a berserker. It's not quite send it wind, but we still can play down the right hand side if you want to be very aggressive. I did try Titan, I just made it over, but if you had less tailwind angle it might be a bit touch and go, so I will advise you to use a berserker here if you can. 6 top spin, 1 bar side spin to the right, aim as shown. The ball guide will be aiming towards the rough on the right, but the wind push is going to send us left, so don't worry about that. Max plus 10, power 5 settings here, and then we are going to push back up to max. May give you a 5-yard push-up or a 10-yard push-up, something like that, depending how much tailwind you have. Outer wall, left curl, minor great left here, still going to be fine, as is a minor great right. You can see there we've got loads of room, clearing the rough and in between the 2 bunkers. We just want to try and get down as far as we can here. If you have more topspin available, absolutely go with that. 430 yards, and it's going to be a tricky second shot. I have had to go with the Goliath rough bump, but max topspin still didn't reach the hole and was aiming perilously close to the rough. So what I do here, there's a plus yardage there shown if you do want to make use of that. But I'm kind of playing this one an estimate of true club distance, setting up with a white ring touching the bunker as a reference, not essential though, and then applying backspin and a little bit of side spin to the right, getting the ball guide pointing at the pin, but stopping short because we do have an element of tailwind. In the video here I play this one 35% slider, 20% elevation is going to be 2 pulls on the rings here with the Grizzly. We do come in close here, we don't drop it. This is a tricky one here, so it's up to you really how you want to approach this hole. Here is a very close attempt though, just burning right edge on that one. I'm going to play with a quarterback and go for a rough bump here. Setting spin first, 5 bars of backspin. Then we're going to find our position, we're going to play with a kingmaker, and we're going to have the inner ring touching the rough line. And you will see with the spin added, the ball guide is going straight through the centre of the hole. Now we've got max wind with the kingmaker here, but this still drops pretty nicely. And I've dropped this in other wind strengths and wind angles as well. The adjustment here is mid plus 0, power 0 numbers. Okay, pulling from the white ring, again there will be some wind angle tweaks needed on this one, but gives you a base shot to work from. If you want to tweak it yourself, centering the ball, hitting perfect, going to catch the rough really nicely in crosswind, brilliant opportunity for a rough bump, and we fall very nicely for a hole in 1. Now there is some tailwind, but it's not really that much that we could have had on this hole. Before spin, stretch out to P5, max extension, ball guide pointing at the edge of the rough. Then I'm going 5.8 top spin and 2 right spin, max plus 20. Is the adjustment here. Now once I've done my adjustment, we are going to need to push up because otherwise you will be short on the second shot. So with APOC 5 and above, we're going to push up 16 yards. With APOC 4, you would push up 23 yards. It is going to mean you are most likely at max club with APOC 4 though, unfortunately, but you still got a chance at the safe eagle. Full overpower, 2 balls of curl to the right. Try and hit perfect. You've got a great left and a great right because this fairway is very, very wide indeed. So full blast down the fairway. You want to be around 460 yards. If you are unlucky with your wind angle or you hit a great ball, you might get a few yards shorter, but you will still be able to secure your eagle. Second shot, 2.5 backspin, 1 right spin. And then I'm finding a point here where the second bounce, just before it gets clipped by the bunker, you can see there's a point there where it kind of kicks to the left. I want to be at the right of that. Second bounce, 1 green square to the right of the pin. Like I said, make sure it's not being clipped by the sand. Then here I'm playing a true club distance, so I'm almost at max here. So I'm playing this one, I believe, 96 or 98% slider, 20% elevation, power 5 numbers. If you are short on the drive, you would need to stretch out to find your position. Look at how many rings you are stretching out and make sure you push up that amount of rings after you adjust so that you don't fall short. But there we hold very nicely. You're either going to be on the fairway, on the fringe, or putting for your eagle. We're going to aim with the quarterback here at P6 max rest with no spin, tip of the ball guide in the middle of the fairway. Then I'm going to switch to my Apocalypse and Sniper bag and add spin. We're going with 5.8 top spin and 3 bars of side spin to the right. Once we've done that, we adjust our rings, which is going to be maximum distance with 10% elevation. A little bit of headwind here to deal with, but primarily crosswind, and we're going to end up with a sniper rough bump attempt for our eagle on this tough par 4. 6.1 rings for me. Obviously always use a calculator yourself though, due to different wind strengths and different accuracies. Full overpower, no curl, but it's a nice slow needle and easy chance to hit perfect, which we do in this example here, and roll down the fairway, and we're looking for a drive distance of approximately 365 yards. Second shot, making a pin check here to judge club distance, and the bullseye over the pin gives me +4. Then I'm having the top of the red ring touching the rough line and the blue ring touching the bunker on the left, and I apply spin to have the ball guide going just over 1 green square past the cup. Now here I offset to the right. I shouldn't have done that. I should have aimed with the ball guide through the hole, because this one misses on the right. So if you had this ample wind angle in tournament, then that is the tweak I would make. For a pin check of +4 with Sniper 10, will be +6 with Sniper 9, I would recommend you play this 40% slider, 0 elevation. Like I said, a little bit of a tweak to the spin so that you're aiming through the hole instead of offsetting to the right. Would have got this one to drop nicely, but it is great safe on both sides in this wind angle, which is nice, just missing, like I said, to the right hand side. A nice par 3 here, and we've got a good wind angle for the rough bump, so we're going to play with the quarterback, set up with a power 5 ball because it was easy to find the min line, and I'm looking at having that long ball guide there. Then I switch to my Kingmaker, and I'm going to then adjust. No spin at all on this one, no spin at all. And the adjustment I'm making here is 1:1 minus 0.6. So for 7.3 in wind, I'm going to adjust this one 6.7 rings. And then we're going to take our shot. Obviously, there will be wind angle tweaks needed on these par 3s in Expert. Those will be listed in the full text guides if you do want to go over and get those. Link is in the video description down below, or you can just tweak from that yourself. But very nice reference drop there. Going to aim at the tree trunk to the left of the pink bush here with APOC. And you see, just aim at that tree trunk there as I'm doing. Then we are going with 6 top spin, 3 right spin. Don't need to adjust, it is a fixed aim only. Then we are going with a full slice, but only 3 rings of overpower. So be careful with the OP. Get the tip of the needle going to the top of the blue ring. Then we go for full slice. I've been testing this a couple of times, been working beautifully. And we get to a repeatable distance for a second shot. And we do have a plus yard reference as well. So we're going to be around 470 to 475. Second shot, play with a thorn, do a back fringe check. So move the target to the back of the fringe where the fringe meets the green, in line with the pin. +4 here, so for a +4 back fringe check, we're going to play 25% slider, 20% elevation. I've dropped this shot twice, no spin, ball guide just short of the front of the cup because we do have tailwind angle. So 25% slider, 20% elevation for +4. Pull over the bullseye. As I said, no spin. Then we're going to take our shot, hit perfect, which we do. There we go. And you will see here we bounce very nicely and we get the nice camera angle and drop it right at pin for a lovely albatross. In this almost direct tailwind angle, you can blast it if you want, but you will need to put in wind angle tweaks according to wind strength and angle. P10 max stretch with extra mile 9, half the blue ring inside the rough on the left of that fairway pad. Max top spins, that's 7.7 bars and 2 bars of left spin. You could do this with APOC 7 Plus, but you would need to pull back 3 yards. Adjust max minus 20. Weird adjustment, but we're using power 10 numbers, full overpower, and half a ball of curl to the left. Slow needle, easy to hit perfect, but beware with these blast shots, you've got to put tweaks in. Otherwise, you may miss the fairway and go into the water. Sometimes you will roll out, sometimes you will be stuck in the rough, but there is a good funnel to play from there. If you don't fancy blasting it on this hole, then you can lay up and play for a thorn funnel or a grizzly instead. 5.8 top spin, 3 right spin, and with APOC 5 and 6, blue ring touching the rough on the right at the top of +2. APOC 4, you would be at the top of +8 with 30% of the blue ring overlapping the rough due to different distance and accuracy on your driver. Then it is time to adjust. We're going to go maximum distance with 10% elevation. For me, that is just over 6 rings, but always use a calculator yourself. And then I'm going to go with some right curl, no overpower here, so half a ball curl out to the right, hitting perfect, and we've got room here on the fairway on our bounce point. We clear very, very nicely, roll through those shadows, and we're going to get out to a drive distance of approximately 365 yards. We are going to be in thorn range here. I'm adding 1 back spin and 3 right spin. It's weird to play with right spin here, but I want to catch that funnel. You can see there I'm moving left and right, and the ball guide isn't really deviating from its aim. The ball guide is pointing slightly low of the cup here because we have tailwind angle, which is going to increase our distance on the ball guide that is shown. So we're going to bounce, have a longer second bounce. That's why I'm aiming low. Adjust max +0, that is of course true club distance here because I'm at max distance of my club. If you get a shorter drive, you can play with the grizzly, but would need to adjust back, so make sure you would push up from the minimum distance line enough to adjust. But here we drop this nicely for the eagle. Here's a hole-in-one with the Thor's hammer. We're going to play with 7.2 backspin and 1 bar of side spin to the right here. This is a very tough par 3, and a drop here is considered a huge bonus indeed. So we're adding spin, and then I'm aiming on the green there with the second bounce in that dark green square column. If you've got Thor's hammer 6 with the same accuracy obviously as me, then you'll have all of the bottom half of the yellow ring kind of going alongside the fringe line, but different club levels will have different accuracies, so make sure you look at that second bounce once you've added your spin. Mid distance, 0 elevation, power 6 numbers, and just before circle drop over power. Make sure you do the same. Hitting perfect. This hole, as with all par 3s, will need wind angle tweaks, but if you miss the hole in one, you will have a very, very short putt for your birdie. If you are enjoying the free content here on the channel and want to help out and keep everything free, then please consider making a small donation. All donations are gratefully received and help me out here on the channel, as all of the content here is produced for free in my own spare time. You can do that in one of 3 ways. You can hit the thanks button here on YouTube, you can make a PayPal donation via the link in the description down below, or you can also join us over on Patreon. Details at the end of the video. Long and tough par 5, going to suggest the extra mile 9 or APOC 7 Plus and a berserker here. We're going to go with maximum top spin with extra mile 9, that is 7.7 bars. P10 max rest, aim down the fairway as shown there. I'm going to zoom in so you get an idea that you can see where I'm aiming. Different wind angles will need different adjustments here. If you have straight tailwind, you will have to set up a little bit further back, otherwise you will land directly in the rough or the bunker. Max +10, no push-up. We're using power 10 numbers. If you've got APOC 7 or 8, then you would need to set up a 3 or 4 yards back from max club because your distance is longer. Full overpower, perfect ball away. It is going to be a slightly shaky needle, and you can see here I'm bouncing very, very close to the rough indeed. So if you want to safeguard against any dodgy pull angles or more tailwind angle, then I would suggest with the extra mile 9 you set up at +27. Second shot, big dog or cataclysm. I'm going to go here just wanting to go safely onto the green. 1 bar of top spin, 2 left spin at P10 max rest, aiming away from the rough as shown. If you want to go more aggressively, you put more top spin on and aim further back. get the second bounce in the rough and then roll out to the green for a potential albatross. However, that is still a fairly low percentage shot unless you are willing to spend a load of tokens to dial it in. Maximum distance, 0 elevation. You don't have to use the curl. I wouldn't use too much more than this in case you curl into the rough and do not roll out, but a little bit of curl to the left will get you closer to the pin. But either way, you should end up with a makeable putt. Here we're getting onto the green, and what have we got there? About a 6 or 7 yard putt, if that, for your eagle. Thanks very much for watching this video here on the channel. If it has helped you in any way, please consider sharing it amongst your friends and clanmates in the game. Join us also on Facebook. Head over there, search for BK Golf Clash and join our free group. Loads of members there sharing shots. Free guides are posted, as well as loads of other great Golf Clash resources. So check us out there. You can join in the discussion and also leave feedback on the game in general. Finally, if you wish to help support the channel and keep the content free for everybody, please consider becoming a Patreon member. The link is in the video description down below. Good luck, see you soon, bye for now.